27 seconds of logo. I see that the poor-ass Weasleys were able to rebuild their house from the last movie, either through magic or wizarding insurance. I guess we didn't need to worry about that smash and burn job from Half-Blood Prince that didn't matter.
Obliviate.
Aren't Hermione's parents, including Caitlin Stark, going to wonder why they set out so many empty picture frames? Or why the room upstairs has teenage girls' clothes and accessories throughout? And the other muggles who know for a fact they have a daughter? Here's another movie character walking down the center of the damn road instead of either side. It makes for a more symmetrical shot, but also a more mathematically possible death. Part 1.
As inspiring as I find your bloodlust, Bellatrix, I must be the one to kill Harry Potter.
Makes sense to me.
My wand and Potter's share the same core. We can wound, but not fatally harm one another.
What a bunch of bullshit. You make it sound like the wand is actually part of the owner's physical being, and that twin wands know not to kill each other, which can't be true. And besides, we've seen wizards using magic without wands this entire series, and the rules have never been explained once.
If I am to kill him, I must do it with another's wand.
Movie makes this sound like a huge problem, when it should basically be, sure thing boss, I'll just buy another one later. You see, this scene pays off a lot more if the rules of wands were ever covered. Yeah, we get this is a big deal, and Voldemort taking Malfoy's wand means something. But that's the art of storytelling that was lost with the scene when the series decided against saying anything about it. Harry opens the door without checking who's there. The very moment Harry decides to say goodbye to the house and leave is the moment everyone who wants to help him shows up.
So we have to use those means of transport the trace can't detect. Brooms, thestrals, and the like.
The Ministry can't detect when an underage wizard uses flying brooms? Does that mean some normal-ass muggle motherfucker can get on a flying broom and make it work? Also, why didn't they just use a portkey? Or anything they used in the other chapters that Harry was able to use without the Ministry knowing or getting pissed about it?
You ride with Hagrid.
I brought you here 16 years ago when you were no bigger than a bow truckle.
Doesn't Hagrid's connection to Harry make him the most likely target in case someone is watching? Can't the Ron Weasley Harry go with Hagrid? Are we still going with the Muggles never see shit angle when it comes to these terribly obvious loud magic motorcycles? Why did all the fake Harry Potters ride out in the same goddamn direction as the real Harry Potter? Why didn't they scatter from the launch site? Movie answers the burning question, what if Michael Bay directed a Harry Potter movie? Hedwig summons his inner eagle and shows up to save Harry. Only problem is, I don't remember Hedwig showing up for anything other than sending messages before this scene. Crossing the wand streams. Bet we won't see this a dozen more times or anything. Wait a minute, that was literally Voldemort? And he can actually get caught in the power lines? God, man, what the hell is happening? No. Also, I guess the most powerful wizard ever is no match for a rocket booster. Why did they choose the Weasley place to hide Harry? One of the most obvious places for him to stay. Whoa, time f***ing out! Why is this woman washing her own pots and pans? We've seen tons of explicit shots throughout these movies of magical self-scrubbing dish and cookware in the kitchen. So this shot is some bullshit. Magic got them here, but can't do much to help with the nearly deadly crash landing.
What creature sat in the corner the first time Harry Potter visited my office in Hogwarts?
Jesus, man, that was like 4 movies ago. And Harry's not a great student. Are you going to kill him if he doesn't remember? Aren't the glasses part of the potion costume? How come Ron still has Harry glasses on, but several other fake Harrys don't? Funny how Lupin and Kingsley were on their guard earlier, making sure everyone was who they said they were. But now, every new arrival is just assumed to be good. Yeah, it's sad, but this family has spells to do the dishes, but not to heal the wounded.
Mundungus took one look at Voldemort and disapparated.
Wait a minute, disapparate means the same thing as apparate? I feel like Dr. Nick when he finds out inflammable means flammable.
Besides, you've still got the chase on you. You've still got the wedding.
What? A wedding? The love of Bill and Fleur needs to have a full-blown ceremony and everything while all the Voldemort shit goes down? Magic newspaper is so stupid and annoying I don't even want to bother checking the articles for accuracy. It takes 6 people to pitch a tent in this series, and all that implies. Rufus proves that any asshole can come wandering into the highly protected Weasley farm without any resistance.
To what do we owe the pleasure, Minister?
I think we both know the answer to that question, Mr. Potter.
You mean Dumbledore left me something in his will? Of course.
To Ronald Bilious Weasley, I leave my Deluminator. When things seem most dark, it will show him the light.
Okay, so now the Deluminator is something I would probably call an Illuminator. What's with the weird anti-names? And couldn't you have just given him a flashlight? This gathering exacerbates even more the idea of putting on a wedding during this time. Allegiances are iffy, people can change into other people, nothing is certain. Did they ask all these party guests a secret question to prove who they were? What was your high school mascot? The Reigns of Castamere isn't playing right now to signal the impending and shocking bloodbath. Hermione is definitely old enough to be hot now, right? Right?
Word has it that someone talked to her.
Jesus, what are the chances of Harry sitting down next to a newspaper columnist who just happens to be sitting close to a town gossip who just happens to know a name and location of a person Harry needs to see to advance the plot? At this wedding party that defies common sense. How would Harry have gotten this name any other way? What's the point of all the magical protection if these smoky dicks can just come in without the slightest delay? These people walking into the coffee shop are here to kill Harry Potter, but miss their best chance to do it, and inexplicably wait until they're at the counter to pull out their wallets, tipping off Harry well before they attack and giving them better defense options. Also, how the f*** did they know Harry was in here? Movie rips off The Amazing Spider-Man, or inspires it, or shares storyboards with the production team. By the way, what the hell magic spells are they using that don't require any fake Latin to work?
If we kill them, they'll know we were here.
Apparently, they already know you're here, so what the f***ing
Obliviate.
Well, that's the second time that spell has needed to be used, but I can't help but think that this was invented specifically for this movie and to rip off Men in Black.
Maybe you still have the trace on you?
Can't be. Trace breaks at 17 is wizarding law.
How long has this story been going? Harry wasn't 17 when Mad-Eye and everybody came to his house, and now he is. But damn, it's been like, what, a week? They couldn't have waited until Harry turned 17 so he could do magic without the trace?
What's that all about?
Probably Mad-Eye's idea, in case Snape decided to come snooping.
If you say so, it clearly had you guys running out the door, so a master wizard like Snape would definitely have peed his pants and ran.
Oh, men in Revelio. We're alone.
How did that magic spell know not to include Harry and Ron in the search results? Sweet! Part 2, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Flashbacks, the director's cut. Now that 40 minutes have passed, we can officially bring you bonus footage they couldn't show you in theaters a mere 17 minutes ago. Future romantic pairing makes zero sense, given what I know about attraction. So movie ignores me and puts in this cutesy their hands almost touch while they're sleeping scene, to have Harry Potter fans squee, or whatever we're calling orgasms these days. Harry goes into his dead uncle's room, which gives me pause, and makes me feel sad, because Harry spent all night on the couch when he could have just slept on this bed. What, you found a bed too? Damn, there are beds all over the place. It makes you wonder why they decided to spend time sleeping on the couches and the floor. Oh.
Regulus Arcturus Black.
R.A.B.
You know, R.A.B. Surely you remember that from the quick glimpse of Harry's Hitchhiker's Guide to Horcruxes earlier in the movie. Or that brief mention of R.A.B. in the Half-Blood Prince that came out a year and a half before this one. You remember they were trying to figure out who that was, right? I gotta tell you something embarrassing. I completely forgot. Also, much like everything in this series, something once considered hard to figure out is handed to them on a Harry platter, so that they can advance the Harry plotter.
And now I will be dead long before you read this.
I know I will be long dead before you read, watch, or hear this cliche. Oh good, now someone who could advance the plot even further is hiding in the closet right this very moment.
Did someone take it?
He came in the night. He took many things, including the locket.
He doesn't really have an name, but definitely a penis. Cute piano lessons.
Who was she? The witch, do you know?
No.
But this random newspaper on the floor does. I'm just going to sit down and relax, because Harry's entire quest is going to be solved by plot bots. The movie puts in the guy from The Departed, who you didn't know was also in Braveheart, and expects me not to be distracted by that.
We flush ourselves here.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. This is supposedly some secret way for ministry people to get to their job, but it's a public urinal any regular asshole could walk in and figure out things aren't quite right. Also, traveling by toilet. Also, come on.
Are those?
Muggles. In their rightful place.
How do you know that's not just a f***ed up decoration? You can see shit like this in just about any city, but I never once thought, yep, there's some dead people.
It's still raining inside my office. That's 2 days now.
And there's absolutely no spell in the wizarding world that stops that shit.
But how do I stop it raining?
Try Fenitate Incantatem.
Because not even the asshole upstairs could figure out such an easy spell.
I'd say if we don't locate Umbridge within the hour, we go find Ron and come back another day.
Let me guess. Yep, there she is. I'm pretty sure this Albert dude isn't supposed to be in court, just from the elevator scene earlier when Dolores asked why he wasn't getting out. So now that he's drawing a wand, I'm wondering why there aren't a ton of paranoid witches and wizards instantly slinging disarming spells in his direction. Because after all, Dementors can't get through elevator cages even if they're pretty much smoke. Why did you wait so f***ing long to do this? No one notices the most famous and wanted wizard in the world in the middle of the Ministry of Magic. And are there really no alarms going off right now? Knocked out real husband shows up just in time to see Weasley fake husband kiss his wife. Also, is there any reason why you would show up for work in your undergarments after getting knocked out and left in a room somewhere? Probably after your liver was extracted for the black market? You don't want to magic spell some clothes on? Again, what's the spell? Is it a stupefy spell? A kill spell? A speaking spell? And this guy has horrible aim, despite the fact that I feel like magic should be able to correct any deficiencies. Here's the Terrence Malick portion of the movie. Only one of many reasons why this bullshit is so long as to require 2 parts.
Hurry quickly, in my bag.
Was Hermione waiting until Harry got up to even think about the medicine she's carrying around in her bag? Was she just going to worry over Ron until Harry could do something she easily could have done?
Hermione is home.
What do you think she's asking you to get the medicine for?
What happened? I thought we were meant to be going back to Grimmauld Place.
We were there, but he actually had hold of me, and I knew once he'd seen where we were, we couldn't stay, so I brought us here.
How do you go through the flu network thing and change your mind midway through the journey, but also take 2 friends with you and leave the bad guy behind? Don't your friends have to know where you're going for that to work? This is some bullshit right here. Magic shit works so quickly and completely, I wonder why they even worried about it. Are there any rules concerning the protective enchantments these wizards are always putting up around themselves? Can they be broken? Or do they just delay a surprise attack? They didn't matter at the Weasley house earlier.
Where am I supposed to find a tent?
Again, this bag with a spell that makes it hold everything is somehow so useful you wonder why there are any conflicts in the magic world.
Incendio.
This is exactly what Hermione in this movie is saying to my heart. Also, how does the fire spell not burn the dried leaves surrounding the amulet?
Defender! Reducto!
After a series of spoken spells, Harry then throws 3 unspoken spells at the amulet, illustrating my #1 problem with this entire goddamn series.
Dumbledore sends you off to find all these Horcruxes, but doesn't tell you how to destroy them. Doesn't that bother you?
It does me! Harry's Flashbacks Part 3, The Extended Prisoner's Cut of Azkaban.
Better?
Right.
But it's my burden to bear, Samwise Gamgee. Movie veers wildly into summer camp / Hunger Games territory for most of the rest of the film, actually. And I don't like it.
You could smell it. My perfume.
What the f*** are you wearing perfume for?
Ron isn't strong enough to apparate.
We'll go on foot.
Well, that seems like some pretty convenient plot device shit right there. Here begins one of the most infuriating parts of the entire series. The Ron gets jealous of Harry and Hermione rigmarole. The entire part 1 will waste loads of time on this, and camping. If this movie had been a standalone film that didn't depend on every other part before it, it would have made £4 at the box office. Watch it, guys. There's a mimic hiding somewhere in one of these trailers.
In the Chamber of Secrets, you stabbed the basilisk with the sword of Gryffindor. Its blade is impregnated with basilisk venom.
Well, hot damn. That's convenient sanity.
That's why Dumbledore left it to you in his will.
I can maybe see why he didn't spell out the reason for the sword in his will, but couldn't he have at least left a riddle?
You are brilliant, Hermione. Truly.
Except for the perfume thing. I still can't figure that shit out.
But you two carry on. Don't let me spoil the fun.
Too late.
You think I'm not listening too? You think I don't know how this feels?
Skip.
Salvio Hexia.
Perfumus finito. I feel badly about what happened between Ron and them. It's going to take a whole movie before I get over it. We can waste time because there's a part 2 dance. Snitch tasting. Hidden words ex machina.
It isn't part of the book. Somebody drew it.
Luna's dad was wearing that at Bill and Fleur's wedding.
That bullshit wedding was beyond helpful to the quest. They never bothered to ask anyone what it meant, so a completely random run-in with the dude from Notting Hill completely saves their ass here.
You know who almost died there?
Haven't you guys long been calling him Voldemort? No longer scared of the name?
Isn't that exactly the type of place he'd be likely to hide a Horcrux?
Why didn't Voldemort bury a Horcrux under an Ask Italian restaurant, or somewhere not obvious? Why was he so sentimental as to where parts of his soul were hidden? Hermione wipes off the one grave that just so happens to have the symbol important to the story. So the plan was to turn the snake into Bagshot and then attack Harry once he got him into the house? First off, the snake is one of the Horcruxes, so that puts one of them in immediate danger. Second off, why don't you just have someone else be Bagshot, who could just Avada Kedavra Harry into oblivion? Snake decides, I'll just go with the jump scare attack. Surely it will catch them completely off guard because they started playing Monopoly after I fell in the hole in the floor. More camping!
I tried to mend it, but wands are different.
It's done. Leave me yours.
And there was no drama about Harry taking Hermione's wand.
I'll take the locket as well.
Is there any reason why they still need to take turns wearing the locket? Couldn't they just leave it in the tent or something? The locket is apparently like the ring in Lord of the Rings, but they aren't transporting it to Mount Doom, they're just camping. There's no need for the burden, at least not right now. Apparently, there's no spell for warmth. A second Dear Jesus returns to Ex Machina the f*** out of this series even more. Need a break in the case, Harry? Here's the glowing deer of requirement. Just think, if Hermione's parents had never taken her out here years ago, they would have never camped here. And Harry would never have gotten a visit from the Hollow Deer of Truth to lead him to the Sword of Gryffindor, which is randomly here like a treasure in an RPG. These stories need to go to rehab for how many times they rely on four-leaf clover appearances and rabbit's foot magic to bail the main characters out. Voldemort's smoky drive-in theater plays a PG representation of Ron's worst fear. Also, Ron's worst fear is more likely to make him angry rather than scared, so you should have kept it up with the spiders. And now you're dead, Horcrux. You are so very dead.
And how is it that you just happen to have the Sword of Gryffindor?
It's a long story.
Well, no, it's not actually all that long. It's just unbelievable is all.
Christmas morning, I was sleeping in this little pub, keeping away from some snatchers, and I heard it.
Haha, those its have powerful sound, don't they? So here's Ron explaining that the thing Dumbledore gave him not only does funny things with lights, it also takes you wherever you need to go if you hear a voice, let a light pierce your heart, and like Huey Lewis, believe in the power of love. We'll never hear about this thing again because it's just here to keep the plot moving. But man, what a useful thing this could be if it could take them to the Horcruxes. Ah well, I've already forgot about it. Ding!
Just hoped that one of you would show yourself, and you did.
Well, no, Harry was underwater and drowning, so he did not show himself. It's amazing you even came by the pond in the dark, but what the hell do we expect at this point? I'm going to have Ron Weasley's baby's face.
I've always liked these flames Hermione makes.
Me too. Oh, you meant the literal. Got it.
I think he knew that somehow I'd need it to find my way back, and she'd lead me.
If Dumbledore had that kind of foresight, he wouldn't be dead.
You need a wand, don't you?
According to this movie's first scene, casual wand exchanges can lead to STDs, but Harry can pick whatever wand he wants because Doe religion allows it.
It's a Blackthorn, 10 inches, nothing special.
Size queen.
Took it off a snatcher.
Why is this dialogue about wands and snatchers making me anxious?
It keeps cropping up. In Beadle the Bard, in the graveyard in Godric's Hollow.
It was there too.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 tries to break the pronoun game record. Synchronized tea drinking.
It's a symbol.
You mean this?
Yes.
Benjamin Gates would already have this magical Knights Templar bullshit solved.
Well, it's the sign of the Deathly Hallows, of course.
Roll credits.
You're all familiar with the tale of the three brothers.
I have it in here.
Of course you do.
There were once 3 brothers who were travelling along a lonely, winding road at twilight.
Midnight. Mum always said midnight, but Twilight's fine. Better, actually.
Ron betrays the Harry Potter series by saying Twilight is better. I bet he's even on Team Jacob, the bastard. Also, Ron is only in this movie to boost the runtime through buffoonery that is excessive even by Ron standards. Now the movie's taking a page from Prince of Egypt, because really, what choice did they have after deciding to devote several minutes of screen time to a character reading us a children's story?
Only when he attained a great age did the youngest brother shed the cloak of invisibility and give it to his son.
Wait, did the youngest brother f*** with the cloak of invisibility on? How did he get a wife when he was invisible? The youngest brother had some mad game.
They were angry, you see, about what I'd been writing, so they took her.
The heroes touch a thing and are instantly whisked to a place that just happens to put them in the middle of a bunch of snatchers. I'm just going to take note of how they completely abandoned their bags and backpacks here, because I'm assuming at some later point in time they're going to magically reproduce something that was in one of those bags. Let's pencil in a sin here, and I'll take it off later if I'm wrong. Why are they running? Why not run together and apparate again? Why not use that spell you used in the first goddamn movie that turned Neville frozen? God, these movies drive me f***ing crazy. A f***ing foot chase in a superpowered magical wizard movie should just not happen. The shaky cam is strong with this one. Once again, a magical person does not need to speak the spell out loud in order for it to work. And this one is extremely specific. Harry Potter's Flashbacks Part 4, The Goblet of Remembering.
The Elder Wand lies with him, of course.
Of course, him!
You know who's found the Elder Wand?
You mean, just now? You've been dreaming this for months. What has Voldemort been doing this whole time? And what's with the continued use of you-know-who, you pansy-ass motherfucker? All bad guys are rapists.
Yes. What is wrong with his face?
He came to us like that. Something he picked up in the forest, I reckon.
Or ran into a stinging jinx.
Or a crackerjacker, am I right?
Give me a wand. We'll see what her last spell was.
Wands are f***ing iPhones now.
It was in her bag when we searched her.
So you dumb assholes trekked back the 500 f***ing yards you chased them to retrieve the backpacks? Call me skeptical. Well, good thing they keep a lantern handy down in the Malfoy dungeons.
What are you doing here?
Dobby's come to rescue Harry Potter, of course. Dobby will always be there for Harry Potter.
Except when he fights a snake, or when the Snatchers decide to take him to the Malfoy house in the first place. But sure, Dobby's there to save Harry Potter. I know Wormtail is stupid, but f*** it. Thankfully, Bellatrix is taking her sweet-ass time interrogating Hermione so that there will still be a Hermione for these dudes to save. Dobby prefers the unhook the chandelier and cause a disturbance method rather than using, elf magic to save the heroes. Of course, the old falling chandelier gag causes Bellatrix to shove Hermione away from herself and toward Harry and Ron. Man, that gag is consistently useful.
Dobby only meant to maim or seriously injure.
Hilarious, but can't elf magic do the same thing?
Dobby is a free elf.
Because of that accidental sock loophole. I will never forget that bullshit. Why do they need Dobby's help apparating at this point? They have wands. They were doing it on their own earlier. The f***, man. Also, apparating will now take forever, so that Bellatrix has time to throw a knife across the room before it's over. Bellatrix's knife goes into a disappearing vortex of whirlwind bullshit, and still somehow ends up stabbing Dobby with it.
Such a beautiful place.
Tell me about the rabbits, George. Movie expects me to feel horrible for Dobby, and movie is wrong, because the movie is responsible for putting him in this situation. Dobby funeral. Now he's super duper powerful. Now that Voldemort is upgraded, he's no longer a piece of shit run-of-the-mill wizard. Damn, 2 hours, 26 minutes of setup. Awesome. Goodbye, money. Also, half a movie is half a movie. And, oh yeah, 12 minutes of credits.
Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
Gentlemen, I want this terrorist found, and I want him to understand what terror really means. England prevails.
If you build, he will come.
Who gets Atlantis off the maps?
Who keeps the Martians under wraps?
We do. We do.
The Lord tells me he can get me out of this mess, but he's pretty sure you're f***ed.
Use your aggressive boy.
Let the hate flow through you. By the power of Grayskull!
Maybe no movie's characters were more needing of a Nature Box membership than Harry, Ron, and Hermione in Deathly Hallows Part 1. They spent half the movie on the run in the woods, the perfect scenario for healthy energy-providing snacks. And in the Harry Potter universe, I'm thinking that version of Nature Box can deliver that stuff by, like, owl, directly to wherever you happen to be in the world, right? I mean, awesome! Here in the real world, Nature Box does not deliver by owl.
Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so.
But they do the next best thing, free shipping direct to your door. If you want to get in on the deliciousness and be more prepared than Harry freaking Potter was, head on over to naturebox.com/cinemasins. They want to send you a free sampler for your first month containing 5 of their most popular snacks. So, the next time you're running from evil wizards and hiding out in ridiculously huge on the inside tents, make sure your stomach is taken care of with some tasty snacks. Trail mix seems like a perfect choice for the occasion, wouldn't you say?
Brilliant but lazy.
naturebox.com/cinemasins. Free sampler box of awesome snacks. I can't think of any reason why you're still watching this.
I move out.